Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of December 4th through December 10th. Thank you for joining me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now we're just going to jump right into it and see what the message is for Gemini. What is it that you need to know for this coming week? What is the energy coming through? Well, we've got this Princess of Wands. So let's put this into some context, all right? And we're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. So we'll put these 10 cards out. And this is also going to include a mystery card, bonus card, just one confirmation card, whatever you want to call it. We're going to leave that right there. And hopefully at the end of the video, that will, tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end, right? Just kind of that missing piece. So it looks like here, right away, we have a lot of court cards. Okay, we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 court cards. 6 out of 10, that's a lot. So I feel like there's a lot of kind of other people that are involved in this situation with you. And I think it is probably a financial situation. And I say that mostly because I see in the recent past this 5 of discs, okay? So I feel like you're still dealing with some kind of some financial issues from the past. And now I started to say emotional because I feel like with the 5 of discs here, it's an upsetting circumstance, right? There's something that was causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of kind of emotional turmoil in the realm of your finances. Now, the 5 of discs could be an injury or an illness that maybe you're still dealing with, but I feel like there's something in the physical realm that's upsetting you, okay? I feel like that's the issue that is still needing to be dealt with, that is still lingering. It still needs to be resolved in some way. Now, we have all of these court cards involved here, so I'm not even really sure where to begin with all of these, right? The first one that we saw was this Princess of Wands. I feel like this is like the troublemaker of the group. Okay, I feel like this is the one that is kind of setting those little fires everywhere, starting the drama. This could be the one who is kind of instigating some of this conflict that's just, through their own immaturity, I guess. And now this could be a younger feminine energy. They could be a fire sign, okay? But I think this is just the one person who's a little bit immature, a little bit impulsive, not able to really control themselves. Now, it could be that they're not controlling their spending, they're not controlling their emotions, their, kind of outbursts, their temper, right? And then crossing that person is this earth sign person. So these are kind of like opposite ends of the spectrum here, these two. And one is that immature fire energy that is just like causing mischief, that's kind of not out of control, but has a difficult time containing their feelings, containing their kind of outbursts, their behavior, their energy, right? Their excitement. And then on the other end of that, we have this earth person who is just really slow, meticulous, likes to get things done, likes to do things in the proper way, is very calm, very orderly, okay? And I feel like, let me just say this, if these aren't other people involved here, right? If you're listening to this and you're thinking, no, this is wrong, my situation doesn't involve a bunch of other people. This is still very telling about your own energy, okay? Because on the one hand, you may have this very kind of wild and free spirit, right? Just very, very outgoing. And this, like I said, this kind of immature fire energy just wants to act impulsively, just indulge, spend money, try new things, just has that enthusiasm, but it's kind of on an immature level. Doesn't really think beforehand, just acts, just jumps into things. And then the other side of you is this very slow, practical, pragmatic, meticulous, orderly, and organized energy, right? So these two forces could be in conflict in you, right? One is your kind of impulsiveness. You see something you like, you just go after it. You don't think of consequences. And then on the other hand, you're very slow. You're trying to, save every dollar you can. You really want to do things the right way, and that kind of energy. And this could be part of that Gemini nature, right? Where there's these two sides of you, and sometimes they're in conflict. Sometimes they work together and there's a nice balance. But other times, one or the other kind of wins out, okay? And if this is not other people involved, this is going to be those two sides of you that may seem like other people at some times, you know? It may feel like it is, these forces that it's like, wow, that's not even really who I am, or that's not who I feel I am. But yet these two sides of you come out at different times, and they both kind of want different things. But I'm still feeling like there is a good chance that there are these other people involved in this situation. And they're in some way related to this, like I said, I started to say this emotional upset. And it's just because I'm really feeling like whatever situation is going on in the physical realm, whether it's in regards to your health or your wealth, right? Your fitness or your finances, if there is an illness or an injury, if there is a loss of money or some uncertainty about the financial situation, I feel like that is causing some emotional upset. And I know I already said that. But this is all kind of related to this. It's all kind of coming off of this. Whatever this kind of conflict is between these court cards, and again, the court cards could be literal people in your life. Primarily these two who are just kind of, they have opposite methodologies, right? One is just impulsive, spend, or take risks, or, the really excitable person, and the other one's just very slow, meticulous, likes to count the pennies, keep things organized, save money, be more reserved, right? So there's that conflict between these two. And what I see in the immediate future is another court card. Okay, this could really be representing you and your mediation of this situation. And again, I think this works on both the internal private level and also on the more kind of social level, the external level with actual other people involved here. But let's just say we have these two forces, the fire and the earth forces, that are pretty much polar opposites, right? They're quite conflicting in the way they go about life, the way they go about the business, really, right? The financial or maybe the health-related situations. But you're coming in as a mediator. This is a queen of air. This, I think, represents you really trying to find a balance, really trying to be fair, really trying to, be that mediator between the earth and the fire, right? Trying to find a way that everybody can get along, that everybody can kind of exhibit the best qualities of their nature, right? Really put their best foot forward, their best face forward, right? To get through this situation. Now, this could be in the workplace, could be some coworkers that have these different energies, and you're acting as the mediator kind of in that situation. This could be in your family life, your home life, right? This could be with your group of friends. This could be really in any scenario. If you are just absolutely, completely alone, then this is representative of these energies that are within you, these different impulses you have with your Gemini nature. And it's really up to you to find that balance, all right? So whatever kind of realm we're dealing with here, whatever domain of your life we're talking about, the real key, I think, is finding that balance, finding a way to take the best qualities from both this earth and this fire, find the best qualities of these two energies, and really bring those to the forefront, right? Really allow all of that to work together to find some sort of balance and harmony. Now, this is what I see in the immediate future, okay? Now, it's probably easier said than done. But what you have assisting you this week, what is kind of on your side, some kind of some force, some power that is coming into your life to kind of get this going, is this Wheel of Fortune card. Now, this is right at the top of the Path of the Dove. Okay, so this is kind of the reading in a nutshell. It's kind of the overshadowing energy. This is the general energy of your life right now. And this is a major change of fortune, okay? This is saying that the universe or the external world is going to begin resonating with you in a way that's going to bring tremendous benefit. Okay. So if there is some sort of emotional upset caused by whatever this Five of Discs event or situation is, whether it's an injury or illness or some financial turmoil, the emotional upset from that is going to be resolved, it looks like, and we have some more cards on the Path of the Serpent that I want to talk about too. But I really think that there's going to be kind of a divine hand in it. And whether you believe in, a divine influence or not, it doesn't really matter in this situation, because it's going to feel like, for whatever reason, whether it's luck or fate or destiny or chance, the universe, the external world, is going to resonate with you in a way that's going to bring tremendous benefit. It's going to bring the alleviation of this Five of Discs situation, right? Whatever these circumstances are, is going to improve through the influence of this fortune card, right? Because this fortune card is Jupiter. This is about faith and trust and hope, about some good luck, about generosity, about really feeling like there is a force out there that is just like looking out for you and starts to put everything good in front of you, right? For you to take, for you to receive, for you to go after. And I really think that is going to be kind of the influence here on your mediation of all of this energy, right? This kind of, these conflicting forces or conflicting people that we see here. And then the more that you are able to be the mediator and balance these forces, the more you're going to really resonate with the universe, and all of this good energy is going to start coming in, right? And it's really, I think it's going to feed on itself, right? The more you try to work out the balance, and you try to find that balance and be the mediator, the more you're going to open yourself up to this Jupiter influence, right? This fortune, this good luck, good destiny, whatever. And then the more of that you receive, the more it's going to motivate you to continue to work to kind of take care of these opposite energies, right? These conflicting forces, these conflicting people. Now, down beneath the surface of everything, we see a Queen of Wands. So this is interesting because we started out with this Princess of Wands, who is this immature fire energy, right? This really young and impulsive, just acts without thinking kind of fire energy. And then we also went here with the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen being the very compassionate, very understanding, the wise, nurturing kind of energy that is going to try to take care of all of these people and bring out their best qualities. And beneath the surface, we have kind of a combination of all of that. We have a Queen, but of the wands, of that fiery energy. So I feel like at your core, I feel like your kind of unconscious influence, right? What's really driving you is this fiery intensity. You really want to embrace this kind of impulsive, risk-taking, very enthusiastic, very excited energy with your life, right? I don't think you're one that really cares too much for the play it safe route of this Prince of Discs, right? You have some of these qualities, sure, right? And you're able to utilize that energy when you need it. But I think you're really more about this activity, right? This finding the joy and the excitement and the passion in things, right? You really have that excitement, and you want to pursue those things that offer you that excitement, right? But I think in some ways it's a matter of going from this kind of immature, impulsive pursuit of pleasure and happiness and excitement, right? The immature fire energy, to a more reasonable, mature, wise, nurturing, caring, understanding fire energy, right? One that is still fiery, still kind of impulsive, still likes to have that passion and that joy and that love and lust in life, right? But does so in a little bit more educated way, right? A little bit smarter about it. Plays it a little bit more safe. Takes a little bit of this, not that one, a little bit of this earth energy to kind of balance this out and to make this a little bit more of kind of a safe bet, right? It's not completely off the rails, All right. And I think this is more of what your true nature is. I think this is more about what is kind of driving you, and it's this pursuit, I think, this pursuit of passion and joy and excitement, right? The things that you do, you really want to feel, right? And I think that's, maybe partly why we're here, because there was this kind of immature fiery energy, and then maybe through this Five of Discs experience, you're just maturing a little bit, right? You're just kind of growing in your energy a little bit, and you're understanding yourself, you're understanding your energy a little bit more, and that's going to allow you to strike this balance, right? In order to take a little bit more of this earth energy and then really allow this Jupiter energy to come into your life, this expansive, really generous, really loving, and nurturing kind of energy that's just going to bring tremendous benefits and abundance, right? But let's move over to the path of the Serpent now, because there are some more things going on here. There's more court cards, right? If you can believe it. So let's just rearrange those a little bit. Now, the general energy that I feel coming from you is still with this air energy, right? Because we had here this Queen of Swords, which I said was you being that mediator, you kind of trying to find the balance between the fiery impulsiveness and the very practical and slow and steady earth energy. And then here we have your general mood or your general tactic right now is the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight is the fiery aspect of the suit that it's in, okay? So we have that connection with that fire. And we were just talking about how your real motivation is this fire energy, right? But you're doing it in a more kind of mature, educated way, right? A more kind of understanding, compassionate way. A little bit more reasonable, right? A little bit more under control. And then we have this fiery aspect of the swords energy, the air, the communication. So you're trying to strike this balance. You're trying to bring out the best qualities of either these two people that are involved or these two divisions of your own energy, your own being, okay? Whichever way that resonates most with you. And you're doing so in a way that's kind of favoring that impulsiveness. You're kind of favoring that fire energy, right? With the Knight of Swords here, I think this is really, it really is I think a fair representation of what your general energy is, right? You're communicating, you're trying to find the balance, you're really striving for that understanding, you're striving for that effective communication, you're really trying to bring everybody's best qualities out, but underneath it all, you still favor that really quick acting, that rather impulsive, that pleasure-seeking, that joy-seeking, that excitement, right? And I think that's why we see more of these fire cards. We see the maturing of the fire energy going from the princess to the queen, right? It's a maturing of that kind of impulsiveness. But I think we're doing so in a more knowledgeable way now, you've learned from this experience, from this Five of Discs experience. I think has brought you a lot of understanding, a lot of knowledge about yourself, but also about other people. Because I do think that there are other folks involved here. I think there are some other people that maybe through some of their actions, I really think that not to get down on the Princess of Wands too much, but I think this is mostly this person's doing, right? Why we're in this Five of Discs situation now. I think it's mostly because of some actions here, just through that immature impulsiveness that has upset something. Something happened, something is going on with this Five of Discs. There's some kind of upset there in the physical realm situation, health, wealth, wherever that incident is, whatever that situation is. But the next card on the path of the Serpent is, take a guess, yes, another court card. But this one is a Princess of Discs. Now, I don't think this is yet another person, although I take that back, because this could be not so much another person, but let me preface this by saying that the position that it's in here, The second card on the path of the serpent. That's the position of how you relate to other people. What are the relationships like, right? What is the general energy of your relationships, of how you relate to other people or to the world around you? Well, the connection here with the princess to this princess of wands, this could be that immaturity in the physical realm. So what I'm thinking now is that this impulsiveness is related in some way to some extravagant spending, some kind of like impulsive purchase, some kind of really bad investment, or just a really poor usage of money, right? Because we have an immature impulsiveness, an immature fire energy, and we have this immature earth energy. So I feel like there's a connection here. I feel like maybe this person lost a bunch of money, or spent a lot of money on something just on a whim, like just on an impulse, like, you know, a large purchase, something that really has kind of upset the balance of things, right? That really, I think, really pissed off this person who keeps track of every penny. Everything's accounted for. Everything has its purpose. And an impulsive purchase, like whatever this might have been, really wasn't in the plan for that Prince of Discs. Okay, not something that they kind of budgeted in. So this, you know, I think it has that feeling to it, where this Prince of Discs has the budget going, has everything kind of earmarked, everything's accounted for, there's the plan, there's the budget, and then this person comes in and just makes a wild purchase and just completely destroys the budget, completely destroys the plan, and now we're in this Five of Discs situation. Okay, and I think that this Princess of Discs is indicating that this is probably mostly about money. Okay, that's the feeling I'm getting is this is a money thing, and it's about some kind of major loss of money or spending of money that's causing this Five of Discs, that's causing this upset. Now, the next card that we see on the path of the serpent is a good thing. It's in the position of your fears, worries, concerns, okay? But this is a High Priestess card. This is the only other major arcana card that we had other than this Jupiter, this Wheel of Fortune, right? Which this fantastic card. Anytime you see this card, it means good things, right? But the problem with the Jupiter card is that Jupiter requires trust. Jupiter requires kind of opening yourself up, being vulnerable, opening yourself up to risk, right? Because you're being vulnerable. You're trusting that whatever is coming your way is for your benefit, that it's going to be okay, that it's going to work, that it's going to be, hey, that Jupiter energy. But you have to open yourself up. You have to receive it. You have to be willing to trust in the resonance of the universe, of the world around you, right? And your place in it. And you have to be ready for that influence. You have to be very accepting of this Wheel of Fortune, of this Jupiter energy. If you want this thing to work out, if you want this balance to happen, if you want the alleviation of this Five of Discs situation, if you want this maturing of the fire energy, from the princess to the queen, if you want the correction of whatever this kind of maybe expenditure was, if you want the books to be balanced again, I think it's going to require a little bit of faith, hope, and trust in the universe. Okay? And I think this is your biggest obstacle. I think you're someone who, yes, you have this fiery impulsiveness. You're kind of a pleasure seeker, thrill seeker, right? You like the excitement and the adrenaline. You also have a very practical side to you. You also really want things to be by the book. You want everything to be accounted for. You want a record. You want it to be orderly. What you have a problem with, I think, is trusting in that kind of higher power, that larger mystery of the universe, right? You have a difficulty letting go. There's a little bit of anxiety there when you just kind of take a deep breath and you just surrender to the flow, surrender to the Tao, right? To the harmony of the universe. That takes a little bit of courage on your part. It's not something that you do easily because you like to be in control. You like to know what's going on. You like to have that plan. You like to be this impulsive thrill seeker, but again, with that mature queen, you have to have that kind of understanding about it. It has to be your choice. You have to accept know the consequences and accept them. And it's kind of a safe bet usually with you. But with this high priestess, you're being asked to trust. You're being asked to just kind of surrender to the circumstances and trust that things are going to work out. You still have to do all of the work of, all of these court cards. I don't even think I can pick them all up with one hand. You really have to do all of this work and deal with all of these forces, all of these people, all of this energy that's either, if this is all within you, if this is all just kind of something that you are experiencing within yourself, or if this is, there's one more, or if this is just a bunch of other people that are involved here, you still have to do the work involving these. You still have to relate and associate and deal with all of these, interact with all of these people, right? But there requires from you a little bit of trust and surrender that all of this whole mess here is going to be worked out, right? And it's going to be worked out, yes, through your efforts, through your mediation, through your intelligence, through your efforts, okay? But it's going to work out so much easier, so much better if you can accept the situation you're in and accept the harmony, the resonance, the influence from the universe, right? With this Wheel of Fortune and this High Priestess, I think good things are coming your way. This abundance, this real benefit, right? It's going to be a real success. Things are going to really change. This five of discs really is like low-level shit when we're talking about these two, okay? This card here, it's going to seem like nothing, right? It's going to seem just like a little gnat buzzing around when you accept this influence, because this is a much heavier, much more powerful influence in your life. And it's just going to require a little bit of trust that the universe knows what it's doing. Things are going to work out, okay? But we still haven't got to the last card here on the path of the Serpent, and that's kind of a final outcome. It's kind of a prediction of where all this energy is going, and it's going to this Four of Cups. Now, this is a general safety, stability, security in your emotional life. So we started saying that there's some emotional upset, okay? And I misspoke, but I think it's kind of an intuitive slip there, because I think there is some emotional upset that's caused by these physical events, right? These external events. And now with the Four of Cups, we're seeing that there's going to be a restoration of balance and a little bit of harmony, but just kind of a baseline thing, right? You're going to work this situation out with all of these court cards, and things are going to be generally stable, generally safe and secure. There's nothing's going to be rocking the boat. Okay, now, I always use the nautical metaphors when we're talking about the Four of Cups, because I feel like this is a stable ship, okay? It's not going anywhere, nothing crazy's happening, it hasn't yet received this influence, okay? It's still kind of, you're almost, anchored now. You've settled things, you've patched all the holes, you're not sinking, okay? Things are stable. And you're going to get to this point, and I think then it's going to be easier for you to really accept and receive and kind of surrender to this resonance and this harmony. And then you're really going to see things take off. Okay, but the first step, I think, is to fix the situation you're in now, patch those holes, stop the leak, don't let the ship sink. And then you can look forward to all this. So see, you still have to make the effort, but the more effort you put in, right? And do it with a little bit of cheerfulness, because this Jupiter is a rather jovial energy, right? So do it with a little bit of a smile, and I think you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to reach this Four of Cups, this baseline stability. Okay, crisis averted. Things are fine, and then you can really move on to this really intense harmony, resonance, this really intense abundance. Okay. But let's look now at this confirmation card, mystery card, bonus card. I don't know what this is going to be. It could be a 9 or a 10 of discs. Could be an empress, maybe an emperor. If it's another court card, I'm going to quit the tarot. But let's see. No, Ace of Wands. Okay, pretty close to a court card. So we've got the Ace of Wands. This is going back to this fire energy, man. Like, I really think that you, deep down, like, you're all about this fire energy. And I think that through this Queen of Wands, you're really tapping into who you really are, what you're really about, what your real passions are, right? And, you know, this is kind of a little, kind of a side issue from what's going on this week, right? There's kind of this deeper implication for you, is that you really do have this kind of, I don't want to say carelessness, but you have this impulsiveness that just wants to go out and experience things. It's this love and this passion and this enthusiasm for life and for living that you don't want to be just one of these kind of, you know, Scrooge people that are just like counting the pennies and won't ever indulge in anything, won't ever splurge for something or indulge. No, you have this fire energy where you really want to experience all the joys that life has to offer. And I think it's coming your way. I think this is a surrendering and an acceptance, not only of the situation that we're talking about, but of your own true nature, right? You don't have to force yourself to be this Prince of Discs. You can be this fire energy. You have this fire energy. And I think, again, it's about bringing out the best form of that energy, the best face of that, right? The best qualities of all of these court cards, right? So you're going to be organized and meticulous. You're going to save money and be responsible. But you're also going to, you know, on occasion, make that reckless, ridiculous purchase, right? Make that extravagant purchase. And I think you're going to be okay. I think because it's a balance, I think you're doing it with wisdom, you're doing it with experience and education and, you know, some foresight. It's not going to be a disaster. It's not going to lead us back to this Five of Discs here. I think you're going to embrace this fiery energy about you. And, you know, this doesn't have to be the immaturity of the princess, okay? You can allow it to mature into this Queen of Wands and this fiery energy. This is like that spiritual fire. This is like that passion just for being alive. And I think a lot of times when we feel this, when we start to experience this Ace of Wands, it sometimes like motivates us to do things we normally wouldn't do. Be a little careless, be a little reckless, spend our money. Who cares? It's you feel that good about things, right? You're really like riding that high. But I think you're doing so with a lot more experience and education and wisdom and understanding, right? A lot of forethought. And I think that it's going to be a really, really interesting holiday season for you. I think you're going to really enjoy yourself. And I thank you so much for letting me read for you today, Gemini. We're going to do a little extended here at the end. If you want to stick around, you can become a member to this channel. All the information is down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot reading for December 4th through December 10th here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. And I will see you next week.